Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. My name is Niles. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to be going over building decentralized governance for a brighter future for humanity. And particularly focusing on Cosmos, Gnoland, and Coreum and kind of weaving some threads between these three things. As an introduction, I would first say that it would be important to have a fundamental understanding of the importance of WASM, the WebAssembly, Tendermint, which is now called Ignite, the Cosmos SDK, and IBC. And that would really underscore why we would focus on this technology as opposed to something that's rooted in Ethereum or proof of work, for example. So the first thing I want to talk about is Jae Kwon. So I think he has a few really valuable insights in this talk here. Everything that is linked in this video, I'll have linked in the description below as well, so you can check it out.
Because the space is blossoming. There's a lot of competing projects and protocols out there. There's no shortage of funding. And the problem is a lot of people are reproducing the same solutions. They're trying to solve the same problem over and over again. And that's because we don't yet have good layers and good interfaces. And that's what we tried to solve with Tendermint, the consensus engine. By introducing a layer between the consensus engine and the state machine, the application, we call that ABCI, it allows people to share the same component, Tendermint, while focusing on their specific use case in the application. And this brings, it makes you develop your system faster, it makes you go to launch faster, and it also helps us pool security, right? So I feel like the groups that embrace modularity and good interfaces will win together as a whole, whereas everyone trying to recreate the whole stack are probably going to lose out on speed. To the economists, I'd like to say that we should start from scratch. Monetarism is the paradigm we live in where there's a fiat currency where a central bank changes the interest rate in order to preserve the purchasing power of the dollar or whatever fiat currency you have. And it's a tremendous asset to nation states because they can inflate the currency and use that to do whatever they need to. But this is a recent phenomenon, right? Like, every few decades, we end up in a new system, and the system ends up being compromised, and we end up creating a new one over and over again. And I'd like to say that monetarism is probably going to go away soon. It'll be replaced with a more complex system where, the definition of money is going to change. The unit of account is going to separate from the underlying token. The boundaries between money, group membership, reputation, equity, all of these things are going to start getting blurred because we are creating a platform for new experimentation. All right, so I want to leave just a few 2 cents. And the reason why I'm doing this is because we as a community are the ones that are going to define the future, new ecosystem, the new economy. And we can either work together in a collaborative way so that we can all succeed, or we can fight among ourselves and drown in the noise of, whatever. So I'd like for us to all succeed, and so I want to share some tips that I've learned. Yeah, don't spend your time convincing people who are already religious. It's a waste of time. Make sure, triple check everything triple check your premises.
And boom, I think that's a really succinct and important point that he makes there, that it's really up to us to build the future that we want to see with the tools that are becoming available. Obviously we see the incumbents to the current legacy financial system and how that's playing out and manifesting itself for the world currently, not so good. And so, yeah, those incumbent powers, I don't feel that they're going to provide or build us any, systems that are going to help regenerate our life force and for the benefit of the community. And so, yeah, I really agree that it's up to us to begin building. I also think it's really important to focus on financials and governance because it is such a instrumental tool, unit of measure, and medium for exchange in our society today. And so, yeah, with the onset of full open source, transparent governance, fully decentralized, I think a lot of new things are going to be coming to light, and lots of new potentials for humanity as well. So as I've kind of already said, I believe Jae Kwon is helping us by creating tools we can use to build community-based, decentralized, regenerative financial systems and democratic voting systems, rather than the centralized, degenerative ones that currently exist. For example, which is the debt-based economic model. He says we have the responsibility because we're the ones that have the hope left. He wants the people's voices heard, defining the new economy and working together. So overall, yeah, I'm just really in resonance with Jae Kwon's initiative here. So out of that, I'd like to just exemplify or show how this mechanism actually can work. And so I'd like to use the Juno Unity proposal that just recently passed as an example to show this. You can see here the Cosmos community just revoked a Juno Whales tokens landmark move for on-chain governance. Essentially, a whale kind of gamed the airdrop, resulting in a centralization of tokens, and the decentralized sovereign governance of the network effectively and successfully moved to redistribute those tokens and continue to keep the network decentralized. And that was purely organically derived from the community. Wolf created a proposal, the community voted on the proposal and executed the smart contract. And just opening our eyes to this possibility going forward, for essentially representing a collective consciousness. This is possible to be enacted and represented with this type of decentralized governance and token model. So he has just announced the starting of a new project called Gnoland. Interesting timing, which I'll get into more in a little bit. And there's a lot to know about this project. I'm still learning every day. But at a big glance, Gnoland aspires to create a smart contracts language, a framework that will be simple yet complete so that the consensus process between validators is optimized while taking full advantage of multi-core processors being one itself. Thus, Gnoland will be the multi-threaded smart contracts environment where the concurrent parallel processing of thousands of smart contracts would be possible, unlike with most other blockchains we know to this day. On top of the above, Gnoland will reside on Cosmos ecosystem, taking full advantage of the Cosmos stack, namely Cosmos SDK, Tendermint Core, IBC, which is the inter-blockchain communication protocol. So I'm pretty excited about the potential of building our own social media with Gnolands, which will show open and transparent voting, exposing manipulation or fraud with the incumbent systems. So I'm not an expert in coding or any of this stuff yet. This is very new to me, but I was researching and watching how to program in Go and learning that this Go language is focused on web application development is something that's good in my eyes, as well as being a highly accessible, more simple to use open source code that has a very strong community behind it. I think there could be value in connecting the Cosmos community with the Go language community.
Gopher website called. So if you want to get on the Gopher Slack, then I would encourage you to come over here to another website called Golang Bridge. And this is what I consider the on-ramp to the Go community, because Golang Bridge is specifically there to advocate for the Go language and to make sure that the community is healthy and strong. As I said, one of the key aspects of the Go language is a focus on having an excellent community. And really it's
So again, if it really is up to us to, build these tools and mechanisms for our own sovereign governance and gaining our own power organically in that way, we want to look for strong communities. And so, yeah, I think it's valuable to, leverage the strength of this community and the Cosmos community. You can see the core mission of Go Our core mission is to enable minorities in tech to use Go as a tool to learn and teach programming, and ultimately to empower unrepresented groups in tech to help increase diversity in the Go community. So again, I would say, yeah, there's a lot more to learn here. I'm just scratching the surface, but mainly I just wanted to highlight the strength of the community that surrounds Go. Another thing I'd like to highlight is regarding Coreum, and we know Coreum, its position, building with WASM technology, and I see Coreum as this layer one who will have a very similar structure with bonded proof of stake and validators, enabling sovereign governance on the chain. Just wanted to highlight the overlap here, that we wanted to give a warm welcome to our new Golang developer, Adolfo Oliveira from Argentina. And yeah, I just think it's no coincidence that we see, Coreum and Cosmos both diving deeper into Golang development. In my eyes, they are pushing forward and continuing to build with the superior technology that's available. There's another Golang developer that Coreum has announced. If you read into his bio, it also says that he reserves the right to resign his position if he is asked to do something against his ethical code. So I thought that was a good sign as well. Yeah, that'll pretty much wrap up what I have to share here. Just as some final thoughts, I'm personally feeling at this moment that, all hands on deck, Golang developers, like, where are you? Let's, who knows a lot about validators as well, let's come together, let's share our knowledge, and build the future that we want to see. I really do feel and know that there is important and great power in finance and governance. And, I feel like this represents a pretty ripe and prime opportunity for us, we the people, to push forward with our own initiative that is regenerative and life supporting. I just wanted to end with this quote from Zen. Soon the people will have the open source tools. We will be on the same level playing field as the people who once suppressed us. They should be really scared. We coming. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope that you could have a few valuable takeaways from this one. Join our Telegram group, which is linked below. If you need help with anything crypto related, life related, I'm available for one-on-one sessions if that calls to you. And with that being said, I'm wishing you guys all a beautiful day.